Hello Pisces, welcome to your 2021 release and receive. So what we're going to do with the release and receive is I'm going to start first with my energy oracle deck. I'm going to ask what the overall theme, energy for your 2021 year is going to be. And then I'm going to ask what is the release and what is the receive for you for 2021. Then I'm going to go into my Moonology deck and I'm going to ask what the most significant emotional moment is for you. Now that doesn't mean that, you know, it's where you feel the most love and what period of time you feel the most love or that you're going to feel the most love. I want to say that the significance has something to do with the emotional moment that you will have that will be the most significant to you. It will have something to do with your path. Okay, so it's because doing a reading like this, like really looking into your future through tarot, is energy. It's kind of reading energy and emotions. So I think actually you might really jive with this, Pisces. So yeah, and then I'm going to build it up with tarot cards and some other cards. I did debate about whether or not I wanted to do a really an extended with these. And at first I was like, I don't know. And then I decided I was going to. But it's a completely other reading. It's a success spread for 2021. So because I wanted to make sure, I mean, I think a lot of people are probably anxious and apprehensive. I don't know. I think we'll all be staying up to midnight to watch this year go. Like, you can go. Yeah, that's enough of you, 2020. Although, I don't think it's a year that we will forget easily, is it? So I wanted to make sure that this reading is closed off. You're not left with any open ends, but there is going to be a success spread. It's a completely different reading. I did it for a quick, it's just, it feels like, yeah, I'm doing a whole other reading. So I might get a little bit pooped doing that. But I think it was important to make sure whoever comes here, you feel some sort of completeness with this reading. The link is at the top of the description if you are drawn to go and check out the extended. So let's get started. My Pisces, my Pisces friends. Pisces. I think I'm gonna have to get a new energy oracle deck. It's getting, the one thing with these cards is they get thick. The card stuff starts to get thick over time. And it's such a, I feel so connected to these cards because I've been using them for so long. But they're a real pain in the ass to shuffle. Not that they can't be shuffled. It's just, it doesn't feel, it's not aesthetically pleasing. Okay, Pisces, that's enough me chit chat. Overall energy, 2021, followed by your release and your receive. You have all tied up. You have all tied up for your overall energy. Now, I'm getting two messages with this card. I do feel like there will be a significant portion of 2021 where you feel a little bit like the Eight of Swords. Like some of your options are limited in terms of how to move forward. Now, I do get with this card, and it's interesting that it comes out with you because you are very intuitive, psychic, clairvoyant. I feel like the overall energy of 2021 for you is being able to move beyond what makes you feel confined. And I feel like you're going to do that on a very psychic, intuitive level here. Like drawing in what you want. If you can't go to it, that's what this is. If you yourself cannot go to what it is that you want, that you would like to go towards, you draw it in. I really get that with this card because she's totally got that come hither. Like she's all tied up. She's like, like drawing it in, right? Your release. Oh, look at that. What a nice release. Deceit, deception. Releasing card comes forward, the strongest message that always comes through to me is self-deceit. Because we're the ones that can deceive us more than anyone else can deceive us. Often the signs and the signals are there that someone might be trying to deceive us or hold things back, but we may not want to look at it, right? Because there's other aspects of a connection or a situation that do serve us on some level, and we do want to sometimes maintain what those other aspects are. But you're releasing this. I really like that release. I can't remember, what did you guys have last year when I did your 2020 release and receive? Someone had deceit, and for some reason it sits like in my mind like it was early on. It wasn't Aquarius. It might have been either you or Aries, but you're releasing that. The receive. Oh, look at this. Rest and rejuvenation. A lot of time for you to heal. A lot of time for you to heal. Oh, I'm really getting something. You're really going to heal in 2021. And if you physically can't move, I don't know, maybe whoever's drawn to this, maybe you're having a lot of lockdowns. I don't know, right? I don't want to get into that too much, but it's the obvious and sits right there for us for 2021. Or maybe there will just be some other things going on in your life that you have priorities that you need to serve that maybe prevent you from doing some other things that you want to do. Or maybe just one thing. Maybe it's just one thing. But you are going to be gifted the time to really heal. And I feel a connection between these two cards. Like all this energy and mystical magic kind of floating around this person reminds me, it brings forward more of that feeling of your intuitiveness, your psychic ability here to draw in what it is that you can't move towards. Well, this is interesting. Such a different energy from Aquarius. It's so cool doing this. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the Moonology deck and ask what is the most significant emotional moment for you in 2021. The most significant emotional moment. Significant emotional moment for Pisces 2021. 2021, most significant emotional. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Ooh. And the way I have this layout, this card sits right underneath the overall energy, right? Or theme of your reading. So whatever holds you back in 2021 is about conquering your fears. It's about releasing your fears. You are the one, and that makes a lot of sense because the Ace of Swords is often a self-imposed constraint that we put on ourselves. Either A, we're just not ready to move forward. We just don't feel like we have it in us to do that in some element of your life. Or B, we believe if we move forward, it's going to cause some kind of a problem and it won't be positive. It's going to cause some kind of effect that won't be positive. So we tell ourselves we need not to do that. I can't do that, or I can't do it that way, or I can't move towards this or that or them or whatever. Work through your fears. This will be the most significant, I feel like, overall moment for you. And it might not be based on a lot of things. It could just be one thing in your life through 2021 that you're kind of working on to move forward. Now I'm going to move these up a little bit because now I'm going into my Alki deck and I'm going to ask like why this release. There's a lot of different ways this answer can be given to us. The Deceit card particularly, like why is this to release you from something that perhaps makes you feel all tied up, to help you grow and expand, to help you see things from a different perspective. You just have such an offer for, it's probably one of the best cards to pull for the release is the Deceit card. Maybe you have someone in your life, or there will be someone in your life in 2021 that you feel is a bit deceptive to you. Maybe they just don't share their feelings with you, and so you're confused about where you stand with this person. Or perhaps maybe you have been holding back with these all tied up, sharing your feelings with some sort of fear that maybe this could be rejected, or it could have some sort of negative effect. It could play out negatively in some way. Okay, let's see what we get from the Alchemy deck. Why this release? Why this release? Well, that came out nice. She who unfolds, swathe, embrace, and self-care. Because the deception hurts you. The deception hurts you. I mean, it's such an obvious, these cards are very, very obvious. You don't even have to be intuitive really to read them right now. For what you're getting for your release. You need to look after yourself. You need to remove the deceit in whatever level that exists for you. Whether it's not being truthful with yourself so that you can, look at this, because the receive is this, the self-care, the swathe, right? That's why, to heal. I'm curious about, hopefully it comes out in the tarot cards. If it doesn't, I might actually clarify it. If it's somebody that you may be dealing with in your life, it could even be just a situation that is causing some sort of deceit here. And it might be, if it's not affecting you right now, I kind of feel like with part of the releases, a lot of you guys are aware of this release. As you move into 2021, you're getting ready to maybe face this, or you know it's been sitting in the background and this reading is just kind of bringing it forward to say you're going to be putting this to rest. Because I feel like it's affecting you. It affects you emotionally. It could even affect your intuition. It affects the deeper part of you, Scorpio, or Scorpio. Wow, new moon in Scorpio. I don't know if that's why. That was really weird. It's very scorpionic energy, right? The deeper, darker places here. So why the rest and rejuvenation? She who creates creativity, originality, and spontaneity. Because you need to have fun and enjoy yourself again. Whatever this deceit is, whatever aspect of your life, it hurts you. It hurts your creativity. I said, like, it hurts the deeper part of you, however that rings through. Your creativity, your originality, your spontaneity, because this is not spontaneous, right? It is held back. It's to bring all that back for you, to bring the movement back again. Not feeling trapped in deceit, not feeling trapped in illusion. These things, these sort of energies with deceit and fear, they really affect us. They affect how we manifest. They affect how we can be successful. And they sort of prevent you from coming out in your fullness and your glory here. But you're going to receive it. So let's not get too held down by the release, because this is being, you're putting this to bed. Like I said, you're putting that to go out the door. And you're going to be receiving rest and rejuvenation. Your creativity, originality, and spontaneity is going to come. That's why. It's to bring this back. I really like your reading. I want to look at the bottom here. Oh, the man holding the coin. Isn't that interesting? I don't know why I was drawn to look at that bottom. Oh, it was the way the cards came out. When I dropped it, I knew it was going to be the bottom card. It was really sticking out. Interesting, because it was part of the receive for Aquarius, for whoever needs to hear that. But I was drawn to look at the bottom of that card. The bottom of the Moonology deck, the energy is gaining momentum. So you're really moving past whatever this deceit is. It could even be just dealing with a relative that is very difficult to deal with. And you're always trying to keep balance with it. You're walking on eggshells, sort of hearing for some of you. The bottom is she who doubts, fear, wariness, and trust. This fear has come up twice now. There's something you're fearing. I feel like these two are connected. These three right here. Are they all? I'm going to deviate a bit from the reading. I want to know what is driving this fear. Gosh darn it. The World card and the Eight of Swords. I mean, the all tied up is the Eight of Swords to me. The World is a major ending. Can also be a major new beginning. It's the end of a very big cycle of your life. And the beginning of a very big cycle of your life. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune and the World card on the splits. So maybe being a little bit afraid of where your new karmic cycle is going. So you're not going with the all tied up and the fear and the deceit. So you're not going because you're, right? Like, well, things haven't been great this year. So we kind of think, well, if I do that, could I make things worse? Or maybe I should just let bygones be bygones and let sleeping dogs rest. All these funny phrases coming through in this reading. Okay, the deceit all tied up in fear. These three are all tied up together for sure. But remember, you're releasing them, but I feel like you have the Page of Pentacles. There's the King of Pentacles. And the Two of Cups. And then the Nine of Swords at the bottom. Your reading is going on. I still have other cards to pull out in this. This is really interesting. With the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, some of you are dealing with either a child or someone younger than you. Somebody's in a position of authority here, and somebody is not. Somebody is looking up to this person, but this person has a lot of responsibility, right? Like there's all these people around them. They have all this money they have to deal with. But the Two of Cups is on the other end here. You could find yourself in a situation in 2021 where either you're in some sort of position of authority to someone who is younger than you, but you cannot express possibly the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is having a really deep soulmate connection with someone. You feel as much for them as they feel for you. The energy of finishing each other's sentences almost, right? Like, it is definitely a soulmate connection, but there's a lot of pentacle energy and something very significant that sits here between a status and age, status and experience. So I can kind of see why the anxiety and fear is here. If you're the person in the King of Pentacles, it's kind of funny the way it's come out. Can you see it? Sorry. I actually moved my camera as far back as I could without putting it out the window. That's as far as it's going to go. Just try to get a little more table space in this. Because I find it interesting that the King of Pentacles sits here. I feel like you're this person, or you will be this person in some sort of level of authority. So either in a group, at work, in the community, at family, at home, maybe all of that. You're the one feeling tied up. That's the overall energy for you. And your most significant emotion is working through your fears here. Fear of possibly, if this is like a Two of Cups for you, maybe fear of possibly A, you can't express this, and B, if you did, it could cause the foundation to collapse. I don't know why I go into these cards sometimes. I don't have the answers for all that. Let's pull out the rest of the tarot cards for you. I don't know who needed to hear that, but that's an interesting message, guys. That is an interesting message as you are moving forward. So let's think about the receive. Let's think about the receive. You're going to have rest and rejuvenation. You're going to be more creative or original and spontaneous. moving forward, it gets really good, right? I want to say that because you're releasing this deceit, you're facing your fear. You're going to face your fear. I don't know how else you would get to the rest and rejuvenation. You're facing your fear. Because it has you all tied up. You got the Lovers. Oh, release. You got the Ten of Pentacles. What the heck? Whoa. Your release, guys, you are releasing a connection that is, I don't know. Okay, you have the Lovers. You have the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Do you see how we switched there from the 10 to the 9? And then we have the Hierophant. I can't say anything else except for whoever this resonates. The Lovers and the Ten of Pentacles is like two people that have come together here. Two people that have a lot of feelings and emotions for one another. Two people that likely live under the same roof with one another here with the Ten of Pentacles. At some point there was a lot of love and affection. You chose each other. And then we get the Nine of Pentacles. So now this person is singular. They've gone from the 10 to the 9 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Because we go into the Hierophant and we've got like the deceit linked with this release, that there was something about this Ten of Pentacles foundation that wasn't... it's not serving your highest good. It's not serving the other person's highest good. Maybe there is love here, but maybe there is nothing else. I'm going to have to clarify this. But because I see this person here is like her back. Her back is turned on this. And she's moving forward towards the Hierophant, a higher calling, a stronger connection to divine, to spirit. There's also, I'm getting the message too, some of you, maybe where you want to share your energy, you're being deceitful to yourself about that. Like maybe you don't want to share as much of your energy at the home as you do. You don't want to share as much of your energy there. You feel like you do have some sort of a higher calling here, or there's some sort of higher connection for you. And you really want to put your energy towards that. So it's definitely coming in two ways here. For some of you, I feel like this is like some sort of a committed romantic connection. And some of you are moving past the deceit of what this connection is and making a choice to be single and embrace the Hierophant and follow this higher calling, or to possibly find maybe a connection that is of a higher quality. But I'm also getting too, though, that there is like a lot of love on this home front. But you really moving into 2021, where you really like, you could be a parent who has now, I'm going to say it feels like the feminine to me. Because we do have the feminine here, and the feminine is part of this, the lovers. So whether you are feminine or it's the feminine part of you, you want to nurture something outside of the home. You really want to nurture something outside of the home, and it's time to stop deceiving yourself and maybe even others about that. You need to start sharing some of your energy and what you feel is a higher calling for you. There is more for you to do in this lifetime than just, what is right here. Because you do. You're feeling all tied up and constrained, your creativity. Isn't that interesting how that comes through like that, right? Yeah. I don't need to clarify it now that I've walked it through, but there's two scenarios there. I do want to say that I feel like the second scenario is stronger than the first. I feel like there's just limited numbers of you that are deciding that this committed relationship isn't working anymore. And it's time to stop being deceitful. And it's time to really look after me here. It's just not, it's not healthy for me. It's not healthy for the other person. And I'm going to go out on my own. And I'm going to just connect with the divine and see where it takes me. I trust that it will take me to a higher connection, a higher calling. And others of you, I think it is just like, where you're spending most of your energy is right now, as you move into 2021, is not where you'd like to be putting most of it. Not that you don't want to put any over here, but you definitely want to put more of yourself into what is a higher calling for you. And I think that's so interesting because it feels like maybe there's another element of you that's not being explored. And it's to find that element, right? Your creativity again, your spontaneity. And by doing that, you actually bring a better energy back into your Ten of Pentacles. So, your receive here. You have the Ten of Wands. You have the Seven of Wands. You have the Death card. And then we have the Six of Swords. It's working through a lot of conflict here. A lot of burden. Your receive is about working through your burden. You carry a lot. You carry, okay, going into your receive, to get to the rest and rejuvenation, to feel creative and spontaneous again, you carry a heavy load and you're going to start to drop it. But when you do, you're going to be a little defensive. So it could even be like expressing to other people in whatever this is for you that maybe it's even work too. Like maybe this Ten of Pentacles is work and I'm spending like so much time there. I want to devote some more time to things that make my heart sing, right? So you may feel defensive, like you really have to defend this. You really have to stand up for you. That's part of dropping this burden. You have to actually really stand up for you. Because there may be a little bit of opposition or people just won't get it, right? People just won't get it. So you will stand up to you. But then the Death card comes in and that means like, we're having a major ending. So that kind of feels like this is how you go from this point over to the rest and rejuvenation and feeling creative again. Is to drop the burden. It's just not a release. It's not like dropping this burden, letting everyone know where you stand, where you'd like to take your life. And then you get an Ace of Wands. Like a brand new beginning. It's passionate. Here I am, creative. There is some sort of point in dropping that burden where you will feel defensive or people will be questioning it. But then that ends. Like it ends and your new beginning is kind of just having faith where the universe is going. And this is the Hierophant is connecting with that, right? Like your release is to go there. And then into the Six of Swords. Just knowing that you're going into a better direction than where you've been here. Moving away from all of this so that you can rest, you can heal. And it doesn't necessarily mean with the rest and rejuvenation, what I'm getting here, that you will have more time to sleep, and maybe you will, but I feel like it's rejuvenating and restful for you to do these other things that you really want to do, that you're really feeling called upon to do here. I am going to clarify the Hierophant. I do want to clarify the Hierophant. Okay, let's clarify the Hierophant before I do it. Oh. Oh. The Strength card, the Sun card, and the Ace of Cups is the Hierophant for you. You see this, like going to this higher calling here, it takes quite a bit of strength to do it. Internal strength, emotional strength. There's a little bit going against the grain here to move towards this deeper calling for you. And in this deeper calling, you have the Sun and the Ace of Cups. So it really is like you're really trying to direct yourself towards your wish fulfillment, your happiest, what makes you feel happy and radiant and alive. Like a whole new beginning in your feelings and emotions here. How do we get that going? Let's look at the Six of Swords. I'm just going to look at the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords. The Six of Swords. The Six of Swords. Oh my goodness. Nine of Wands. This. It's this. It's this. And then it was this. The Six of Swords here. This is like trying to go into that better direction when it feels like, you know, the burden, the conflict, the end and all that has happened. You have the Four of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, the Four of Pentacles like just left the reading. It literally, like it's gone. It just went off the edge of the table. I can't get it. It's gone. What was there? What does that mean? Maybe it's gone. I kind of like it gone, to be honest. This reading's much better for you. So let's take that. I say it as some kind of a sign that was really weird. Where I see you going in this receive is the Four of Wands is this beautiful, happy energy of celebration. Celebration where celebration did not exist before. The Six of Cups, your soulmate group, your very nostalgic energy. Focusing on the things that have made you happy in the past and brought celebration. But then we have the Nine of Swords. Getting a little bit in your head. And that can happen though with this energy, which is like the Eight of Swords. Because we really start to think about worst case scenarios. And then when you go into the Three of Cups, I felt like, okay, well this is really taking that Six of Swords and saying, all right, I'm going down the river. I'm just going to see where it takes me. And it's got to be better than over here. Because over here is not good. So having that faith. But then when the Four of Pentacles came in after, I thought, oh, either like, but having difficulty doing that. So I feel like that's sort of a sign. This can be reconciliation, the Three of Cups. This can, so maybe reconciling all this energy finally, so that you feel good about what it is you want to do or express here. Reconciling all of that. Don't be afraid to do that. I'm hearing the way that Four of Pentacles just went off, because the Four of Pentacles then felt like we kind of got stuck again. Like, oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna keep my position. I'm not gonna. I feel like just let it go. Just allow the energy to reconcile. Allow there to be the celebration. I never saw. I guess like, where did it go? Oh, it's way over there. I might be able to reach it with my toe. I'm not gonna leave it there. Leave it there. These are a little longer than usual, I think. I'm trying to get them all done. I'm going to clarify this. I want to know, for whoever this resonates with, what is the dynamic between these two? What is that dynamic between the Page of Pentacles and this King of Pentacles, and then the Two of Cups sits on the other side? What's the dynamic between the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles? The Chariot. Wanting movement, but no movement is possible, perhaps. The dynamic between the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. The Seven of... yeah, there's something going on here. So there's a need for movement, a desire for movement, but how to do it, it's like really trying to figure this out. Why do we have the Two of Cups here on the other side of the King of Pentacles? Why do we have the Two of Cups here on the other side of the King of Pentacles? This Two of Cups is a new beginning. The King of Pentacles sees it as a new beginning, kind of slowly but surely, with the Page of Cups. There's a lot of apprehension sitting here. I really feel like for some of you, there's some sort of a connection here that is very strong, but it's bound, it's constrained by some sort of outside source or social dynamic. So I'm going to leave it there, all of that. And what do we have here? We have the Four of Swords. I like that. That's the rest. That's the rest and rejuvenation. Wow. That was interesting, Pisces. Okay, so that's that. I hope it was helpful for you. I'm going to go do the extended. As I said, it's like a whole-on new reading. It's a success spread for you. If you're drawn to it, the link is at the top of the description. Regardless of what unfolds for any of you, I do myself wish each of you a happy, a prosperous, a fulfilling, a joyful, an abundant 2021. Thank you so much, Pisces. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.